Hello again, and say hello to Rick Bucher. Hey, one of the most brilliant basketball minds in all of the world. If it's y'all's first time tuning in, we appreciate y'all watching, but most importantly, you are in for a treat if this man to my left is here. MVP voter, NBA analyst, Slick, Rick the Bucher. Slick, I'm supposed to start with Shady, but let me start with you, sir. The New York Knicks, they were down by 20.
Yeah.
Down by 20. Somebody at this desk won a lot of money having faith in the Knicks when they were down by 20, and it wasn't me. Slick, has all faith been restored in the Knicks after that tremendous comeback?
Hey, Slick, real quick before you go, you're supposed to start with me. We going with, like, this could cause chaos in the locker room. Don't make me start acting crazy. I want the ball. You my man, so go and don't do that no more.
That is true.
It's Memorial Day. Do not. I need the rock.
Hey, when the coach come in there changing up the game plan, the practice schedule and all that, hold on, bro. I got a routine, dog. You know what I'm saying? On my notes, it say me.
It's like, Slick show up and just change up.
Shady, you go.
No, I'm messing with Slick. I mess with him.
It say me.
It say me, man. Now you talking about Slick.
That's a facility for you.
Go ahead, Slick.
Give me the ball. My number's called, coach.
All faith has it been restored in the Knicks?
No. Some, but not all. I mean, at the beginning of the series, I thought that the Knicks were going to win it in 7. I always thought this was going to be a closely contested series. Thought it was a great matchup. And then we saw the first 2 games, and I'm like, I don't even know if they can extend this. So I'm thinking now that the Knicks can make it somewhat of an interesting series. I think there's a chance of that. But do I think that they can win it? No, there's just too many things that didn't happen. Number one, the Pacers shooting 20% from three-point range. That hasn't happened in these playoffs.
That's true.
They've been able, and as I look at the shots and the opportunities that they had, they were there. They simply weren't making shots. And then if I'm going to have to count on Karl-Anthony Towns with Jalen Brunson in foul trouble to come through for me the way that he did with 20 fourth-quarter points, there's just a lot of elements here that worked in the Knicks' favor in order to get this win. But overall, and for whatever reason, the Pacers are just better on the road. Tyrese Halliburton in particular is more aggressive on the road than he is at home. There's a lot of things that I wish I could. Look, my job generally is to explain to you everything that happens, but there's a lot of things happening in these playoffs that I could give you a theory, I could give you a thought as to why, but it's just plain strange. There's just stuff happening you go, you got to kind of sit back and watch it.
I like that. What I love about that is, real quick, because I want to commend that statement. Because oftentimes people will try to explain something that genuinely has no explanation. So I like that somebody who's watched the game that long is like, look, it's just strange. Go ahead, Jay.
I just want to know where the sum come in. Because you said you don't give them no chance to win the series. Where your sum faith come in then?
No, I have some faith that they can make it an interesting series.
But not win it at all. Zero faith they can win.
No. I mean, honestly. No, there's certain things where you add it all up and you go, okay, can I put it over the top?
2-5.
Yeah. I've been riding for the Knicks. I'm going to say no. All the pressure was on the Knicks.
Yeah.
The pressure wasn't even on the Pacers, and they were winning by 20 points. Right? I made that nice wager at halftime, but I'm just trying to throw some on the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah.
If you really watch that game, the Knicks won that game, and Brunson didn't even really play. He was in foul trouble. But I will say this, though. Anthony Towns, oh, my God. I don't know if that was the Brooklyn version of Anthony Towns or the Harlem version, but keep him there, though. Right? That was like DMX, Fat Joe, Jay-Z all in one. He was with everything. Shooting threes, going to hope and ones. And it looked like he was like, this is my team.
Yeah.
If we're going to lose, we can lose it through me. And he carried him. I just think that they just got to find a way to keep this momentum, and keep Brunson out of foul trouble. And Anthony Towns did all this in foul trouble. It's hard for me to see, man, to get the faith back just because Anthony Towns had to go crazy. Brunson didn't even play, and they still really basically won. Let's say the Pacers play well at home, which most home teams do. Then what happens, right? If they win this next game, then we can start talking about the faith. But basically, I mean, they playing catch-up.
Yeah.
They playing catch-up.
I want to say something, and I hope y'all disagree with me. Like, I genuinely hope y'all disagree with me. I don't think the Knicks can win a series for this reason. I think they incidentally won that game last night. I don't think they intentionally did. I don't know, Shady, if you've ever missed a hole, but it still turned into a 35-yard gain. Actually, I know you have because that's what you do. You turn things into 35-yard gains. I don't know, Jay, if you ever ran the wrong route, but somehow that was still an explosive play. I know sometimes I may have stumbled over an offensive lineman, but somehow tripped into the tackle. I incidentally have success instead of intentionally. If Brunson doesn't get in foul trouble, I don't think they win that game. Brunson was having an off night. We already know that Brunson's primary impact on a basketball game is his clutch ability and his scoring, not necessarily his defense. If he doesn't get in foul trouble, the Knicks do not tighten up their defense. I don't know if they win that game. They incidentally won that game. Yeah. They didn't intentionally win that game. Think about it. Once McBride, once Wright came on the court with Bridges plus Anunoby, now you can switch everything. The Knicks big cancels out Miles Turner, the Pacers big. So big for big, they're gone. But now Anunoby, Bridges, Hart, Wright, McBride, Shaman, now you can switch all ball screens, and there is no mismatch. However, when Brunson was on the court, particularly, don't know if he was hobbled, don't know otherwise, but when Brunson's on the court, now you can't necessarily switch everything. Now, because you're only playing a 7 or 8 at best man rotation, if Brunson and Cat aren't in foul trouble, now the Knicks players are dog tired. But because of the foul trouble, because Brunson was forced to go to the bench, he didn't want to go to the bench, he was forced to go to the bench. I think the Knicks stumbled, like I might have stumbled into a tackle. I think the Knicks stumbled into that victory. For that reason, I can't say my faith has been restored because they didn't intentionally win that game. Shady missed the hole. He just happened to turn it into a 35-yard gain because he's so talented. James ran the wrong route. He just happened to turn it into an explosive because Aaron Rodgers laced it. The Knicks happened to get in foul trouble. They didn't mean to get in foul trouble. That's the reason my faith hasn't fully been restored.
I disagree with you.
Please,
I disagree with you because sometimes when I ran the wrong route, the next week, Coach put that play in. Coach put that, hey, man, hey, JJ ran the wrong route, but that's a solid play. This play might work.
Yeah.
Some of my faith has been restored because they showed that they could play without Brunson. And they showed that they could play without Brunson the last 2 games and still find ways to score and defend. You know they're going to get better defensively when Brunson goes out the game. But scoring-wise, that's where you miss out on Brunson not being on the court. They're showing that they can score. They was plus 12 without Brunson on the court. The last game they was plus without Brunson on the court scoring the basketball. So for me, when a coach sees that, it's like, okay, I can get Brunson some minutes. Even if Brunson's not in foul trouble, I can put these other guys out there to go out there and play ball, and then Brunson will be fresh in the fourth quarter to come finish those basketball games off. But some of my faith has been restored because if you watch the way the Knicks played defense in that fourth quarter, that's how they won that game.
Correct.
They were on the glass, and they were scrappy, and they were playing defense, and they forced the Pacers into some really bad shots. And obviously, they was making shots on the other end, but they defense in the fourth quarter and rebounded, won that basketball game.
My question for everybody at the desk is, obviously, they yesterday, I can't say they are, but they were a much more efficient defensive team with Brunson on the bench. You can't afford to do that, James. 1, optically, and 2, Brunson's an incredible offensive scorer. Remember, Brunson sat until 2:39 left in the fourth quarter. It was so awkward that the commentators of the game were like, yo, you're not going to bring Brunson back in? There was a timeout called with, I believe, 5:30 remaining. Brunson had 5 fouls already, and they were like, you're not going to bring Brunson back in? And Thibodeau just kept him on the bench. I agree with you, James, that they have shown they can play without Brunson. But does Thibodeau have I can't say the word I want to say, but does he have the guts?
Right.
Does he have the gut? Yeah, does he got the marbles to do it? That's my question for you all.
And the answer is not just the marbles, but historically, he goes with who he goes with, and he believes in Brunson. And I like your take because I do think that there was some discoveries there along the way, but Tibbs has always been a guy who sticks with what he knows, regardless. I mean, it's the same as I'm up 20, I'm down 20, I'm still going to have my starters out there. I'm not going to change up what I do. But I feel like this result had a lot more to do with Indiana than it had to do with the Knicks. That's why I like the idea that it was accidental, because Indiana has won 2 games on the road and you're home and you're up by 20. And oh, what now? Brunson is in foul trouble? The ability to downshift as a result of all that. It's human nature. We got this in the bag, and this is close enough as a series that they can't afford to do that. The other part is they're so Brunson-centric when he's on the floor that there's an adjustment to be made. And I assure you that Rick Carlisle is going to be ready the next time that they don't have Brunson on the floor. How are we going to defend them? How are we going to play? How are we going to attack them? Because a big part of their offense is, where's Brunson? We're going to go at him. Now he's not on the floor. Okay, now how are we going to play? That little bit of adjustment is a change.
And those are some good points. I always hate these conversations, though, when it pertains to the superstar player. It's like, Brunson's a superstar. The Knicks don't even get nowhere close to where they at without him. And every time, like, something like this happens to the superstar where he's in foul trouble now, the role players play well.
Yep.
And the question was, man, did you see that? Maybe they should start sitting him a little bit, or maybe the offense works so much smoother. Like, I'm like, yo, save all that. I hate that. Like, we don't even get there without Brunson,
Of course.
right? And the team is way better with him on the court than off the court. And another thing is, this is the professionals. It just happens that one guy is a lot better than other guys. We are a team. Your job is to play good. If I'm playing, you should play good. I don't care if it's Bridges, whoever it is. Your job is to play well. And it's like when the role players come in there and they play better, right? And they look out for Brunson, right? Because we're a team. If I'm down, bring me up. And now this happens. Now it's a question mark? No.
Yeah.
The way we going to win is through number 11.
I did want to ask
Jalen
you,
Brunson.
I wanted to ask you personally before you chimed in, because I know Shady vehemently disagrees with anything that might condemn or chastise a superstar, obviously based upon his presence of being a superstar. But you're also an incredible, intelligent person and a sports analyst. When you watched the game yesterday,
Right.
how do you assess the fact that, objectively speaking, the Knicks were a better defensive team, thus a better team, when Brunson, who isn't as good at defense, is off the court, especially given that he was in a funk? What would your game plan be? Like, will you still not play
Game plan for the Knicks?
For the next game?
No, I would play the backups because they show me, okay, you could play well enough to give me some rest. But that's about it. Because I'm going to live or die with the defense. You know what I'm saying? Like Steph Curry. I mean, not to compare him, but there's a lot of great offensive players that give us majority of our scoring when we need it, and they don't play well. They're great defense. Halliburton, he's an example. I don't know, sometimes you've seen it, they really want to go at him, right? And it's like, what you going to do, put him on the bench? You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to respect the real superstar because they don't even get there without him.
No doubt.
But what about, we've seen it time after time, Shaquille O'Neal, not foul trouble, free throws, we got to get him out the game. Steph Curry, if we need a defensive stopper here or there, I was surprised, even this year watching it with a much more keen eye, they get him out the game. There are times where if your star player has a deficiency, an incredible running back, but he can't block, it's 3rd and 6. Wait, why in the world don't you got that running back in the game? If y'all watch the Baltimore Ravens games, Derrick Henry comes off the field a lot oftentimes on 3rd down. He's maybe the best running back in the league, not named Saquon Barkley. So there are periods where you take out the best player.
I hear you, but those are like certain times in the game, you know what I mean, or certain plays. Like having Brunson on the bench that long, like everyone in New York was scared.
Yeah.
Because where the points will come from?
Yeah.
And the points came from a lot of defense, right? And what's number 2's name? The shooter, McBride. McBride made some big plays, and then Cat just went off. But then again, like Cat is a superstar player. That's why they trade for, because he can score at will. He can shoot the 3-ball, he can score off the dribble. So there's like all these different things went into the Knicks winning. I just hate that like these conversations surface when a star player goes to the bench, right? And now the team does well. Even with the Luka stuff. Like, he goes to the bench, right? And then the team is doing really, really good. It's like, oh, man, see? He's if you're not hauling the ball all day, like, yo, please.
There's also the element
Come on now.
when you bring in, when you switch up the rotation, when you bring in, you play in guys that you haven't played before, right? There's an unfamiliarity on the other side
That's
of the
true.
equation.
You don't really know him for real.
Right? For the Pacers, right? But there's also an unfamiliarity for the Knicks. And it's a matter of balance. Who's more unfamiliar? Who has the advantage there? Going forward, now that the Pacers have seen it, you're not going to have that same advantage, that same surprise.
Right.
And meanwhile, can the Knicks really be that efficient? Can you ask those reserve players to be efficient on a regular basis? There's a reason that they're reserved.
But my thing is you're not winning the series without Brunson.
You're not.
On the basketball court. But my thing is you learn that you still can stay afloat with Brunson resting. And not only that, you learn if you bring in dudes like Shummet, he can shoot it. So now Brunson has another dude, if he goes to the cup, that he can spread the court with. I'm just saying, Thibodeau the whole season has been 7-8 dudes. You have learned these last 2 games that you got 9. You know what I'm saying? That you can play that can help you out, especially if Brunson is off the basketball court. You're not going to win it without your superstar players. That's why you're there. But you're going to need them
Even
to
like Shummet,
help
though.
you.
respectfully to him, but
No,
like,
he can shoot it though.
yeah, but like, you know,
I'm not saying put him in for Brunson. I'm just saying
play for myself.
he can help.
I'm familiar with him.
Yes.
It's like even everybody keeps saying his name. I'm like, yo, I get he can shoot, but we gonna live on that forever.
No.
Come on,
You know
dog.
how many,
live on
you know how
that,
many
but he
teams
gonna
he's
help
played
you.
for?
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.